Delineation is only a problem when we do it. It's only problematic. It's only threatening. It's only xenophobic when we do it. I noticed that. I'm sure y'all noticed it too. Because how can you be offended or taken aback by delineation of Black America when we was never together with nobody in the first place?
So, guys, what happens when culture is questioned by the very people who live it? Today, we are going to dive into a powerful conversation that is taking over our feeds on how Black Americans are responding to critics and misunderstandings about Black American culture. And these trending videos, guys, capture real voices, real reactions, and deep reflections on identity, history, and respect. And so, guys, whether you are here to learn, reflect, or challenge your perspective, this clip shows why these discussions matters, and let's guys get into it. But before that, guys, I'm your host John, and Fatal Stories. Please check on the description box on the many ways you can be of great support and to this channel. And more so, guys, consider to subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you'll always be notified when we upload such kind of a great video.
Go back to where? Huh? You mean to Africa? Do you mean to Africa? Do you mean to Africa? We are not Africans no more. We are not Africans no more.
Where you said that you talk about native blacks. And so that clearly sounds as if you are delineating native blacks versus someone that comes here from Bermuda or Jamaica or wherever they may they may come from that is black.
That's right.
The purpose of that is what? Because you're on the surface, it would be like, hey, everybody here that's black gets treated a certain way. Why are you making that delineation?
That is an excellent point. You know why? Because you see, those people coming in from Jamaica or coming in from Africa, they have not been treated like black folk in this country. That's the first thing. And secondly, historically, they haven't had those historical experiences. They come in here voluntarily. When they come in here, they bring some cultural aspects from Africa. They can go back anytime they want. But the black people in this country have been exceptional people. Nobody's been mistreated, maltreated like them. Black folk are exceptional. They're the only people that came here forcefully, one. Two, they're the only people that denied their humanity. Three, they were the only people that denied a right to enjoy the fruits of their labor. Four, they were the only people that denied the right to participate in government. Five, they were the only people that denied the right to vote. Six, they were the only people that denied the right to have an education. Seven, they were the only people that denied the right to have a business. Eight, they were the only people that participated in every war that this country has had since its founding, but whose mother country has never been against this country. All those immigrants come from countries where they fought America, and they came in. And there's seven, that they are the oldest and most patriotic people in the country. Not the Confederates in the South. They're not the most patriotic people waving the Confederate flag. The most patriotic people in this country are black people, native blacks, because you see 99% of all those blacks have been direct descendants of slaves. They've been here before 99% of all the other people ever arrived in this country. They are special people. And because they are special people, they need to be recognized, appreciated, and reparated for what they've done in this country and building this country. They're the ones that built the bridges, the roads, cut the timber, the trees, and cleared the land, raised the tobacco, cotton, indigo. They're the people that fought to raise in every war to protect this country. The people coming from Africa or coming from Jamaica didn't. They came here voluntarily. And the most important point on this is if you lump them with black folk, then you give the dominant white society a justification to say we don't owe black folk anything. Mm-hmm. Because you see, the blackness, black people's blackness is more than just color. It is their heritage. It's their history. Yeah. It's their
the people that come here and then don't really like the people. Like, a lot of y'all are like that. A lot of y'all really will blend in because y'all are black and then will turn around and try to feel as though your country or continent is above the one that you're currently living in. And I just have to say, there's nothing wrong with having pride about your hometown and where you come from. But, baby, if you're going to come to somebody else's land feeling like you entitled to everything they get and then try to turn around and feel like you better than them, baby, you need to go back to where you came from. Because a lot of Africans don't realize that you wouldn't be in America if you could get the same benefits in Africa.
Move out. We are taking over. Go cry to master. Black Americans, I want y'all to understand why delineation is the best thing ever that we are doing. They can't get nothing popping in America without tethering on to us. They just can't. They can't do it. I'm sorry, they just can't do it. It's a reason why things are happening to them. It's a reason why, if y'all ever watch these deportation videos where Africans got to go back to their homeland, oh, they boo-hooing crying. They boo, hooing, and crying. They do not want to go back. Don't let these people trick you into thinking like, hey, we Pan-Africanism. I'm gonna get to that too. But hey, y'all should go back to Africa. It's beautiful out here. We got culture and blah, 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 and all that. Why they not going back? They want to replace us here in America. They want to down talk America, but uplift Africa. But if you really think about it, ain't nothing popping in Africa. Y'all seen videos of black Americans going out there trying to help. They getting unalived out there. They getting their land took out there. It ain't nothing positive to go out there. I've been there before. You land in Lagos in Nigeria or whatever. As soon as you get out there, it's a shakedown. It's a shakedown. You can't even just walk through the airport without 50 people begging you for money, begging you to pay this, pay that. You got even officers out there trying to scam you out of money. Why would you want to go there? How can we work with scammers like that? Huh? Why we want to work with people like this right here? Huh? I've been saying this since I've been on this app about these people. Not all my African brothers are like this and sisters are like this. But we got these over here that's like this, over here right now. And they just wait, they just want us to leave, but they would never leave. They would never leave. And we ain't going nowhere. We don't flee. We never fled. My great-grandparents never said, America getting so bad, you know, Jim Crow, oh my God, slavery, oh my God, we getting hung from trees. I think we should run to Africa. My great-grandparents never say we're going to stay here and fight for what's ours. We don't blame the government for everything. We know what the government do. We're going to fight back against the government. We don't blame the leaders. We change the leaders. If the leaders ain't doing nothing, we're going to change them again.
It says this is our lineage. This is our culture. This is our history. And the crazy thing is, everybody else already delineates. They don't mix themselves up. We're the only ones being told to be vague. But vague harms us. Blurry harms us. Flattening harms us. So it's really not about exclusion. It's about protection. It's about accuracy. It's about ensuring that generations to come will inherit clarity, not confusion. Because if we don't define ourselves, someone else will. And they will always define us in a way that benefits them. So delineation is not optional anymore. It's necessary, it's healthy, and it's the way forward.
American delineation has nothing to do with anti-African, anti-Caribbean, or anti-other black nations. It's about preserving culture, preserving inheritance, setting aside a particular group so that they are not forgotten. They don't want their ancestors, the sacrifice of their ancestors. They don't want the sacrifice of their people to be forgotten. You say that they don't have culture. You say that they don't have identity. And when they decide to set themselves apart, you say that they shouldn't. And no other culture is expected to absorb everybody else except Black Americans. You don't go to Jamaica and say, you got to accept us as Jamaican. You don't go to Haiti and say, you got to accept us as Haitian. Everybody else can have their identity, but when it comes to Black Americans wanting to set themselves apart, you say, oh no, you guys you're xenophobic, you're Zionist. No, stop gaslighting them. Are there some extremists? Yes. But that doesn't represent the whole group. It's important that this group is set aside because they do have an inheritance. They have a special tie to this land and a special history to this land, and they deserve that observation.
Different country doesn't make us any different than y'all. I mean, sure, our culture is different, but genetically, we're literally the same. And you want to know what's crazy? African people copy American culture, and Black people want more of their culture. Like, really? We're literally going in separate directions, and that's what's dividing us. This stupid ignorance on both sides needs to stop. Like, it's honestly so dumb. I can't even believe I'm ranting about it on TikTok right now. Just love everyone. Understand both sides. It's that easy. And honestly, this is something I can rant about all day.
Many Black Americans, often using terms like FBA or Black American, are saying, we are not immigrants. We are a distinct ethnic group formed here. That's why a new question keeps coming up online. Where are your people from? That question isn't about appearance. It's about lineage. When someone who looks Black speaks against reparations, prioritizes immigration over Black Black American policy or avoids addressing historical harm. People ask it to understand who they're actually representing. Public figures like mayors, senators, and Black organizational leaders are being scrutinized not for race, but for alignment. If your politics consistently benefit everyone except Black Americans, people want to know why. This movement isn't anti-African or anti-Caribbean. It's about self-advocacy. Black Americans are saying, before we fight for everybody, we need clarity on who's fighting for us. As immigration, ICE, reparations, and coalition politics collide, Black delineation is forcing an uncomfortable but necessary question. Can a group survive without clearly defining itself? You don't have to agree with the movement, but ignoring it won't make it disappear. Identity, lineage, and political loyalty are being renegotiated in real time.
But it's also a form of narcissistic abuse and narcissistic projection, which I do intend to speak on in a later video. Black Americans have found that in order for us to address disparities that exist under the pseudoscientific race construct, we must delineate. Right now, we are being erroneously identified as a homogenous group with melanated immigrants from Africa and the Caribbean, and it has made it impossible for us to gauge how we are doing as an ethnic group. That is the spirit and intention behind delineation. Anything else is a lie in order to control us and a narrative. Thank you.
So guys, welcome back to this dive on this topic. And when culture is questioned, guys, how Black Americans draw the line is the topic of the discussion today. And this is how they're coming out to express themselves and their reactions and their frustrations on the African Americans who are trying to bring them down, and so that they can rise up to their privileges and the priorities that they deserve. But they are doing this by questioning their culture. And guys, when when African Americans question Black American culture, the response is rarely loud, but it is firm, deliberate, and rooted in centuries of lived experience. And what emerges, guys, is not hostility, but delineation. And this is the clear message that they are sending out to draw the line. And guys, this history, this identity, and this culture did not form by accident, and it does not require validation. And Black Americans have responded by explaining what many outsiders fail to understand, that culture is not simply music, slang, or fashion. It is survival turned into expression. It is pain translated into rhythm, faith molded from oppression, and community forged under laws that were never meant to protect them. And guys, the questioning often comes wrapped in curiosity, sometimes critiquing. Why do you speak that way? Why do you dress like that? Why do your culture seem aggressive, loud, or different? And to Black Americans, these are not neutral questions. They echo centuries of interrogation, criminalization, and misrepresentation. The response, therefore, guys, have become one of correction and not apology. Black Americans have drawn a clear distinction between shared ancestry, shared history. And while the African diaspora is vast and interconnected, Black American identity was shaped uniquely by slavery, Jim Crow segregation, and redlining, mass incarceration, and cultural resistance within the United States. And that experience created its own language, its own codes, its own humor, and its own way of moving through the world. So, guys, this delineation is not rejection, it is definition. This is what the African American and the Black community should understand. And guys, online and offline Black Americans have responded by saying, you cannot reduce our culture to stereotypes and then ask us to explain ourselves as if we invented them. And hip hop is not chaos. It is not. It is journalism from the margins. Black American vernacular is not broken English. It is linguistic innovation born from necessity and creativity. And so, cultural confidence is not arrogance. It is resilience in a society that once outlawed Black pride altogether. And so, guys, what stands out most is the refusal to perform education endlessly. Many Black Americans have made it clear Google is free, history is documented, and lived experience is not a debate panel. The emotional labor of constantly defending one's humanity has reached its limit. Yet, within this firmness is also an invitation to listen rather than interrogate, to learn rather than judge. And Black Americans are not asking for agreement. They are asking for respect, and respect for boundaries, respect for context, respect for a culture that survived despite every attempt to erase it. So, guys, the deeper message is this: diaspora does not mean uniformity. Unity does not require sameness. Black American culture does not need approval from outside or within the global Black community to be legitimate. It stands on its own. It's built by ancestors who had no choice but to create something powerful from nothing. And guys, in drawing this line, Black Americans are not dividing the diaspora. They are protecting a story that deserves to be told accurately. And in that protection lies clarity, and culture is not something to be questioned casually when it was paid for with blood, struggle, and unbreakable spirit. And this is not defensiveness, this is definition. So guys, thank you. Please consider subscribe and also hit the notification bell. Let's meet in my next video.